welcome back to my channel. My name is Reza-Astrid and today I'm going to be sharing with you my 5 favorites of the month of February. February was a whirlwind. It happened, so many things happened at once during February and I literally felt like a headless chicken just trying to get by, get through the day, and I kept telling myself, oh, next week will be better, oh, tomorrow will be better, and newsflash, it was not better the next day or the next week. It only got better in March. But whew, it's done, it's over. And I think even sliding in that extra day, the 29th of Feb, was just, when is this month gonna end? I'm ready to quit, you know. But we survived it, and I did make a list of the 5 favorites of the month, and so I'm going to share them with you now, so let's get into it. So my first favorite for the month of Feb is the health app on my iPhone. I have just recently discovered the health app again and realized that it can track my steps. One of my goals for 2020 was to stay active and move and go outside more. And by doing that, or by making that my goal, meant that I actually had to get up and go and walk and be active. So I've been using the health app almost like a guide. So at the beginning of Feb, I decided, oh, I'm going to do 10 steps a day. But I realized very quickly that it was either impossible some days, or some days I just didn't feel like walking 10 steps, and some days I would get it or I would just miss it, and it would actually just stress me out more than anything. So I decided that I would rather just track my steps, check them daily, make sure that I at least get about 6,000 to 8,000 steps a day, and gradually grow that throughout the year, and also try to either beat my steps of the previous year or beat my steps of the previous day. So the nice thing about the health app is they show you how many steps you walked on this particular day in 2019, as well as how many steps you walked this day last week. So I'm filming on a Wednesday at the moment, so how many steps did I walk last Wednesday? Did I beat that or not? And it's just an easy way to just check in on yourself, and also at the end of the week will tell you how many steps you walked for the week. And it just really has motivated me to get up, get out, and then also enjoy my walks. I've started, because I walk my dog 3 times a day, it started becoming so boring. I was like, ugh, another walk. But now that I have like this, something that's challenging me to do better, I've actually started enjoying my walks and actually taking longer walks and going longer routes around my neighborhood. So all in all, that's been a big favorite. So my second favorite for the month was something called Parkruns, and a parkrun is a scheduled event that happens every Saturday, and it's an event that happens either on a park or open space, and it's basically a 5K route that you can take. So you're in a big group and everyone goes at its own pace, at its own time. There's no winners, there's no losers, no one's the last person. And they also track your time, so you can better your time every week. Because one of my goals was to get active, another side goal to that was, in the month of November, I really want to do a 21K run. And as someone who's never ever done that before, someone who heavily breathes when she has to run like from the front door to her car, it's a big challenge, and it's something that I'm really scared of, but I really want to do. So I started by attending the park runs and just gradually walking and then doing little mini runs in between. The first one I did it 5K in 58 minutes, and I was like, oh, but each week I got better and better. I did it. I just finished my second park run. I did my first one last week. Oh, I did walk it. It's 5K and I walked the whole 5K. The next favorite is kind of random, but I want to put it on here because I was thoroughly obsessed with it during the month of February, and that is the TV show called Love Island. It's a UK-based reality TV show, like love reality TV show, and they were actually filming it in South Africa, in Cape Town, which was pretty cool. And it's basically 6 ladies and 6 gentlemen come into a house and they try and find love amongst each other. The show is just pure entertainment. Like, you don't have to think about it, you just sit there and you watch it, you enjoy it. And to be quite honest, I didn't watch one single episode, and yet I knew everything about it because I was watching like clips on YouTube. I was watching people react to it, people review the series. I was watching memes and stuff, so I was literally watching the show without actually watching an episode. It was lovely. I loved every minute. My 2 favorite people on the show were definitely Shauna and Naz, and although they did not win in the end, it was still pure entertainment, so I really enjoyed that. So next up, it is this book. It is Talking to Strangers, What We Should Know About the People We Don't Know by Malcolm Gladwell. Love this book. So my mom bought this book I think the end of Jan, and I was like, can I please read that before you go back home? And I read it, and then she left, and I just kept reading, and I kept the book. So she hasn't actually read the book that she bought. But I loved this book. I went into it thinking it was a step-by-step guide on how to talk to strangers, because I'm not really good at talking to strangers at all. And my communication skills definitely need a lot of step-by-step tips and a guide. But this is not that type of book at all. This is rather an examination of our interactions with strangers and how our preconceived thoughts and ideas of the said stranger we project on them and their actions. So what I liked about the book is that there was actual cases that he looked into and actual things that we know about. Cases such as that happened in the FBI, the Sarah Bland case, and then he would examine them and try to help us understand why did people react a certain way due to the information that they had. One of my favorite quotes in the book is, "If I can convince you of one thing in this book, let it be this: strangers are not easy. We think we can easily see into the hearts of others based on the flimsiest of clues." And I like that, because I think when we meet people, or when we see a stranger, or we interact with someone for the first time, we immediately, by the littlest things they do, we try and finish, the story, or finish what the thought of them, instead of really getting to know the person. We're like, oh, he likes that, so this and this and this, and we don't really learn or get to know the stranger. We just, because of what we think, that's what we assume, and that's our assumption of the person. I open it to not to look further than what you think, and to actually look at what's in front of you, and that was really important. I really want to read his other books. I haven't read Outliers yet, although everyone and its mom has read that, but I want to read that and his other books, because I love the way he writes and just captures things so beautifully. Like, oh, I wish I was a writer. Loved it. My last favorite for the month of February, and by far, if you don't get anything from this video, please, this one is my favorite. Take notes, write this down, go do some research. My favorite thing of the month of February is, wait for it, Korean dramas! Woo! Korean dramas. I'm obsessed. I love them. They're my favorite of every single month going forward. No, just kidding. So in the month of February, although I was extremely busy, there was one evening where I had a free moment, and I was at home, and I had walked the dog already, I'd made supper, I'd done everything, so there was literally nothing for me to do. And I was the one evening that it was, my off evening. I was sitting around, and I was like, oh, there's just a couple of days. It was like towards the end of Feb, and I was like, there's a couple of days left, and I really haven't been home, so I haven't been using my Wi-Fi a lot. So I was like, oh, maybe I should watch something on Netflix. So I go on Netflix, and I'm scrolling, and nothing's talking to me, and I'm scrolling. Eventually I find this show, and it's called The Marriage Contract. I'm like, oh, sounds interesting. Random but interesting, and I click on it, and as soon as I click on it, I'm like, I don't think this is an English show. Pretty sure this has subtitles, but oh well, let's continue watching. I was hooked. As soon as The Marriage Contract started, as soon as I pressed play, I was hooked. I could not stop watching. Every episode is about an hour and a couple of minutes long. I think that evening I started watching around 6:30. I didn't stop till 2 a.m. I was hooked. It was so good. It wasn't even because the show was good, it was just the cinematography, it was the acting, it was the love story, it was the conversation, it was everything. It was so good. I was obsessed. I even, I'll insert me in front of my TV being like, this is the best show ever. Why has no one told me about K-dramas before? And the next day at 2 a.m. I was like, okay, you have to go to bed, you have work tomorrow. So I went to bed. The next day after work, I came home, I was like, I don't care what I need to do, I'm watching this show finish, and I watched the rest of the season. And it was amazing. I loved it. I can't even explain to you, it was just so good. Korean dramas are incredible. And obviously because I was like, this is amazing, is there any recommendations, what can I watch next? And I got tons of recommendations from friends on Instagram, and one of the recommendations said, please watch Crash Landing on You, it's on Netflix. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll watch it. And so once Marriage Contract was done, and I was like, okay, I've got some time, let's watch it. And I started watching Crash Landing on You. I'm speechless. I'm done. There's no words. There is literally tears coming to my eyes, because Crash Landing on You on Netflix, if you have time and if you love a good romantic comedy, you don't mind subtitles, because it's in Korean. They speak Korean, but the subtitles are English. Man, oh man, like I was crying my eyes out. Between episodes 7 and 9, I think I cried about 10 times. I just sat there and I was bawling my eyes out. I'll insert a clip here of me crying my eyes out and just being like, why? Like, this is not fair. Life is not fair. Love is not fair. Like, why is this happening? But it was such a good series, and I tried my best not to watch everything in one go, but 2 days went by and I had finished all 16 episodes, and I was so upset with myself at the end, because I was like, Reza, this is the one thing that you should probably have just taken slow. You probably should have watched one episode a week, savored it, enjoyed the moment. But it was just so good. Again, the cinematography, the acting, the storyline, the love story, the friendships, the topics that they spoke about greed, about family. It was just so good, and I learned so much, and I was in awe. And ever since then, all I want to do is watch Korean dramas. I'm not interested in anything else. So if you ever watched a Korean drama, or if you even have Korean drama you know, recommendations, please link them down below. I will watch them. I will find time to watch them, because I'm thoroughly obsessed and I love them so much. And I've been non-stop stalking the 2 actors from Crash Landing on You since I stopped watching, and I'm obsessed, guys. I loved it so much. If I could just talk about that the whole day, I would. I tried to tell everyone who's everyone to watch it, to please watch it. And although I know a lot of people probably won't, because that's just not their style, they don't like subtitles, they're missing out. They're honestly missing out, because this is probably one of the best shows ever. Best, hands down, best shows ever. So do yourself a favor, watch Crash Landing on You on Netflix. My heart, guys. I even rewatch. I know I'm talking a lot about this, but I'm just so excited about it. I even started rewatching some episodes, and then I realized that towards the end there's an extra scene that I kept skipping for some reason. A whole extra scene. And I watched these extra scenes the other day and I started tearing up. I was like, this makes the whole story even better. It like connects everything even better. And I started crying. I was like just thinking about the story makes me want to cry. Oh, such a good show. Please, K-dramas, Korean dramas, link them down below. Watch them, enjoy them, love them. It's my favorite, #1 favorite of the whole month of February. I think it even saved the month of February, because it was dry, and then I watched that and I was like, best show ever. So yeah, guys, that is my favorites for the month of February 2020. So far we're almost in the middle of March, and March is going well. I have 3 out of the 5 favorites already. But thank you so much for watching, and thanks for tuning in. If you would like to see more of this content or any other content, if you like my rambles of my favorites, please like and subscribe this video, and please share this with your friends. Maybe they'll discover Korean dramas and love it as much as I do. That's about it for today. Bye!